Alright, YouTube, let's do it. Oh, we're gonna open up this bad boy today. We're gonna do one today, and then we're gonna do one next week. Today, take a guess at which dub is getting this Aerofabb. Let's take a look at this bad boy, see what we got here. By the way, before I do the full opening here, they, packaging wise, the outside of the packaging, you could tell that they took their time on this. They made sure it sealed up the best they could, as flat as they could, and then labeled the crap out of it that it was fragile. They even said it was glass. So, hopefully, with Aerofabb, you're getting the best shipping possible because of the efforts they go through to package it up. What we got here? Everything you need to know. Oh shit. Oh shit. Alright guys, so here's what we're working with here. Super thin. So Aerofabb, they didn't just make this out of plastic like a lot of other companies. They actually made it out of thin metal. So that's what I was looking for, because if you look at like a flow splitter or Mk7 design splitter, it literally adds about 2 inches to the bottom of the car. This looks like maybe, well, like a half an inch, maybe half a centimeter, not even. So hopefully, utilizing this, I won't scrape nearly as much as I did with the Mk7s.
I'll get an exact measurement.
So when they send it to you, I mean, the thing's perfectly glass.
Quarter of an inch.
Quarter of an inch. So it's a quarter of an inch compared to about 2 inches in difference with the Mk7 that I had. And I know the flow design is, in my opinion, looking at it compared to the Mk7, the flow design is probably even deeper of a dump. So this should give you that look you're going for, that little extra lip, that nice look in the front, especially when you're looking down on it from the car. Very nice, you know, Aerofabb actual brand name on here. It seems super sturdy. Like I said, it's made out of metal. It's not that plastic. It's definitely flexible. It's not like a brittle metal. So let's see how she goes in. But definitely happy with the packaging. I mean, they probably couldn't have made it any
sleeker.
Yeah, seriously.
It is very, very sleek.
I mean, they took their time on the packaging of this. So the other parts you get, of course, is your hardware. And look, they're even nice enough to give you some gobstoppers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs some candy when they're getting a little twisted modifying these V-dubs. That thing is definitely mint. Definitely, you could tell it's way more refined than that Mk7 splitter I had.
Dude, I've been doing parts for a long time. You can tell when people actually care about their parts and the quality of their parts. I mean, the way they shipped it. I mean, everything is dead on. You know what I mean? You can tell that they took their time and they care about their part.
Alright, so that first one there is for the GTI. James is just polishing her up, getting her all good looking, just from the dust and whatnot. This one here, PDR, and it looks like it. Just by looking at these mountain holes here, a little bit different than the ones on the GTI. It looks more in line with what I got going on under my R here. I ordered them at the same time under the same name. So if you do that, like I did, the only way to differentiate it is to look in your manual that they send here. So this one says Golf R, the other one said GTI. So if you can't really tell the difference, that's how you tell the difference. All right, so let's get her on here, dude. Pumped. All right, so first things first, you need a Torx T25 to get your splash panel off. Then what we're gonna do, you got this center one, and then in front of it you see these three. So this is what attaches the bottom fold. Try to get focus here. So this is what attaches the bottom fold of the bumper back to the actual body of the car. So you got one in the middle and then one on each side. that's going to come out too. In my opinion, there's no reason to remove your front bumper. If you remove your front bumper to put on this splitter, or any splitter for that matter, you're really wasting your time and patience. You know, I know I'm going to get the guys, oh, I'm doing it in my driveway. Well, even then, jack up the car, put it on jack stands, because there's no reason to waste your time taking the front bumper off. I'm going to take off the splash panel, I'm going to take off these 3 bolts, and then I'll show you what we're looking at that point. Alright, so took all the screws out of your splash panel. That just comes right out. Toss that off to the side. And then, like I said, after you get that off, you're doing these 3. So let me do that now. After you take off those 3 little Torx heads that were in front of your splash panel, this is why. So you're going to get the ability to pull this front piece down. So all this up in here, that's all you need to access to do front splitters on these cars in general. You have full access to the whole outer side on both sides. This one's a little bit rougher, but you can still get to everywhere you need to. You could also take out this Torx head here, and also right here, this will pull down enough to be able to get to wherever you need to up on that side. But for the sake of ease, like I said, you don't need to drop down the front bumper. I just think it's too much. Even if you're laying on the ground, be able to get your arm up, over, under, all the way to where the bolt, you know, the bolt needs to be held up on the other side. If you guys didn't know before, if you're just watching me now, Mk7 was definitely not the best for driving fast or cutting through snow, to be honest with you. Basically, it acted like a big parachute in both cases, and the first time it ripped out of the bumper on this side, so that's why I have these pre-existing holes here on the R. When we do the GTI, it'll be a fresh install of the Aerofabb. So the only thing I'm worried about is that the R holes here that I have are going to conflict with Aerofabb's mounting solutions. Hopefully we could just either utilize them or go around them. Alright, so what comes in the Golf R kit here? So, I mean, it doesn't get much better when it comes to packaging and keeping things organized and giving you exactly what you need, telling you everything you need to know. You can't go wrong with Aerofabb on that. The manual literally labels everything down to where, so how they do it here. They got, so these A, B, and C right here. So what these A, B, and C's correspond to is the hardware that they send you. And they even send you them in little baggies that have labels on it. And then these are those 5 large spacers that they're talking about. So it looks like we got 5 spots in the front. So that's what I'm going to tackle right now. Tools wise, so we got your T25 Torx head, which is right there. A lot of you guys probably don't have that chilling around at home that you can probably find at AutoZone. I don't know that you'll find it in a single. You might have to buy the whole set, which kind of sucks. But if you have a buddy that has one, see if you can borrow it. You'll need a 4mm hex. You'll need a 10mm wrench. And then you'll need a 1/4-inch drill bit. That's what Aerofabb directly recommends. So I already have 2 of my holes drilled from the Mk7 splitter, and they seem to be in the exact same location. So we're going to add the 5th holes, and then we're going to add the 2 that are on the very ends. Shouldn't be too hard for me on this one because I already got some of it done. So I'm doing the C-bolts right now, which is the front 5. And your big washer, those are going to go on first. Those are going to go up into the splitter. Then on the other side of the splitter, you're going to have your spacer, right? Your large spacer in these front 5. And then your bumper, then your bumper. And then on top of the bumper, you're going to put the bumper washer nut. Alright guys, so next we're doing the slot A column on the manual, which is just these spacers. There's already 25 heads in the bumper right here underneath this. So you just take the Torx out that's already in there, spacer in, then the splitter, then that. Alright guys, so the splitter's all done and on. So of course after you get your splitter on, you're going to put your splash panels back in and everything. And that's that. So it definitely sticks out a little more than the Mk7 did, but it doesn't come as low as the Mk7 did. It definitely still has, I'd say easily like an inch.
The Mk7 didn't have spacers.
Right.
So basically when you were driving, it wasn't aerodynamic, it's ripping the bumper down. This one has spacers, it's going to go right through. That's what that's for. That's what those spacers are for. So actually, it's in a sense, even with the spacers, it's still higher than the Mk7.
It looks good.
Yeah, don't look bad at all. I'm gonna rip a fucking 4-wheel drive launch for it.
It actually gives it more of a meaner look because it kind of juts out a little bit more.
Yeah, it looks good. Definitely looks good.
Looks good to me, guys. Dove's mean again. I didn't scrape it all on the way home either. That was cool. It's pretty messed up road coming back from Goodies, so